The art of posters and deciding color. Hi guys, this is Emily from Studio Coe, and I will be making several videos about poster design. Designing posters is important, and a lot of us will see it through our daily lives, a poster, advertising an event, or providing important information. And we've all seen posters that are well designed, some that are not so well designed. So throughout all of these tutorials, I want you to visualize when you're walking down the street what posters in the past have captured your attention and why. Today we will be focusing on critically thinking about color when designing a poster. For me, color is a great place to start, and then I move on from there. And it's also an easy thing to alter at the end of the poster. So I like to begin and end thinking about color. The first aspect or part I like to think about is association. When designing a poster, does your club or organization already have a logo? And if so, are there colors associated with that logo? In that case, you want to use those colors when designing your poster, and here's why. If someone's walking down the street and they see your poster, they will automatically know what organization it's tied to through the use of those colors. The perfect example of this is the University of Wyoming. If you see something with brown and gold, you automatically associate it with the university and know that it is likely a university-sponsored event. The same goes for anything else. Now, let's say you don't have a previous logo or a club-determined color scheme. You can still use association as a tool to decide your color. Think of emotions and events that you tie color to. A great example is if you're making a poster about germs and proper sanitation practices. Green would be the perfect accent color, as a lot of people associate green and germs and being sick. For Valentine's Day, maybe you'll choose colors such as red and pink, so on and so forth. Association. So I encourage you, before you start on your poster, to write down a whole bunch of colors that you think would work, and then why they work and what you associate it with. Once you choose a color palette, ask those around you what they associate those colors with, and if they feel that they would work well for your poster. Input is the most important part when working on a poster. But it's not only association that's important. It's important that our posters are readable, and it's not just text or the amount of text that determines readability. It's also color. Certain colors will fade into each other. So if you do a blue and a purple and don't contrast the vibrancy enough, they'll fade into each other and it will be difficult for your viewer to read. Consider complementary colors. All of these squares below show a variety of complementary colors that really pop out from one another. Another thing about color is that warm colors will pop forward at us and cool colors will recede away from us. So maybe that's an aspect that you could tie in as an advantage to make your words pop out from the poster. I think the greatest example of this can be seen in our red and green complementary colors below. The green with the red square inside sure makes it look like the red square is popping out towards us, whereas when the green square is inside the red square, it recedes away from us. These are both great tools to use to make your words either pop or recede into the background. Alright, then you want to have a limited palette. A limited palette keeps your poster sharp and professional looking and prevents it from being overwhelming. It's important that the information in words are the most crucial part of the poster that draws the eye. If you have too many colors or a very vibrant image, people might spend more time looking at that and miss crucial information. I have a great example of this, and it is a Smash Bros photo. So the university has an esports club, and I'm going to pretend that I'm designing a poster for a Super Smash Bros event. And I really want to use this image because I know that my target audience will see it and instantly associate all of these characters with the video game, and it might spark curiosity and interest. But when I go to add text, and let's say I wanted an orange, it fades in because there's so many oranges, but the problem remains with almost any color I could choose. If I choose red because that's associated with Nintendo, the same thing happens, or a classic black font, the same thing will also happen. Even if I go white, all colors kind of fade in and blur with the background. Now, of course, there's the easy solution of you could choose an outline, you could put a shadow surrounding just that, or you can even halo the text so that it stands out by itself, leaving the image untouched. In my opinion, this is a great technique. However, the image would grab my attention more than the text. So a strategy I personally like to use is just to filter the whole image and tie all the colors together. So I might put a blue filter over the top. And by putting a blue filter over the top, my text pops out, but the image is still there. And I could switch the opacity or fill of this layer to change the intensity. So maybe I want more of the image to be evident. I can take that opacity down, but my words still stand out way more than without this layer at all. And it works for pretty much any color that will now work with blue. So orange would be a great choice. Orange-red would stand out really nicely. And the brighter and more vibrant against this dark blue, the better it will work. Now, black text will also stand out better with this than it does by itself, but maybe I'll select a different filter, a lighter filter to make the word really pop out. So I'll get rid of the dark blue filter and I'll add a light blue filter. And you can see there is a world of difference. So this is just a great way to have a vibrant multicolored image and connect it all together with a simple color filter, bringing the most importance towards the text. Also, I think starting with color is just a great way to eliminate fear. A blank canvas is super intimidating, but by merely adding the color that you associate with your event, you're one step closer to a completed poster, and it's less intimidating to approach. So if you make a poster and you just want a second pair of eyes, feel free to contact us at studiocoe@gmail.com. studiocoe105@gmail.com. I'll leave that up there for a second. We are here for software advice, but we are also here if you just want a second pair of eyes to look at your project. And we love giving advice and critique, so you just have to ask. Again, feel free to email us at studiocoe105@gmail.com. This has been great. I'm Emily Shaneman, coming to you from Studio Coe. Thank you.